welcome to the vlog. I just made it home on my commute, and I really didn't film much. I wanted to get home and wash this bike. The next couple days I'm going to switch to my Transonic, so that's more of my race bike. Because I have a race on Saturday. It's Verrado, and it's like way on the west side of Phoenix. So I want to make sure that I switch over to that bike just a couple days before the race, just in case, you know, the geometry on these two bikes isn't exactly the same, so they are a little bit different. So I just wanted to make sure I got a couple miles in the other bike before I race on it on Saturday. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the race coming up while I give this guy a wash. So the race that's coming up is on Saturday, and it's a crit race. So it's going to be like maybe about a 1 mile loop for 30 minutes. So I'm a Cat 5, which is the entry level. To move from 5 to 4, you've got to do at least 10 races, and I'm only at I think this will be like my third. So I don't have too many races in the belt. But the last couple races I've done, though, there's been some really strong people in them. So I'm about where I should be, I think. I've been finishing about middle of the pack, I guess. Just trying to learn basically race techniques, because it's completely different than just going on a ride. You know, the strongest rider doesn't always win, so I'm just trying to learn from people, do a good hard race. And just have some fun. I mean, that's why I'm out here kind of doing this. It keeps me a little bit motivated during the week to ride hard, to stay fit, but at the same time, you know, I do want to do well. So along with the training side, though, you do have to have some good bike handling techniques and also some good race knowledge. So I'm working on a little bit of both of those. So with the race on Saturday, there's a couple things that I'm going to be doing differently than what I had been doing. So I would say the number one thing that I've learned so far from my races is to have a decent warm-up. So for some reason, I never really make it to the race early enough to do a decent warm-up. So I think what I might do is take my trainer, and then once I get all signed in, throw my bike on the trainer, and then do a good 30-minute pedal, maybe some zone 2 stuff, and then just a little bit of zone 3 and zone 4 efforts just to wake the legs up again. Because this is going to be bright and early in the morning. I think the race starts at some 7 o'clock, so that's pretty darn early. And for me, since I'm all the way on the opposite side of town, it's going to be quite the drive. So I think it's got like some hour drive at a minimum. So I'm definitely gonna have to get up super early, probably like 4:30 or something. Yeah, so I think the biggest thing I learned was to get a good warm up, especially on my last race. It started on like a massive uphill, and like just right out of the gates, like I hit red because I had just woken up and like didn't get any preparation, and then was, you know, kind of rushing all the way there because I knew I was running late. And I literally got there 2 minutes before the start, and luckily I was able to still race because I didn't even pre-register for the race. Usually you're supposed to sign up ahead of time. But I didn't do that as well, so it was kind of a perfect storm, and I was not having a good day. But I managed to get there anyway and race and live and learn for next time. So this next time I'm definitely going to get there with plenty of time to get warmed up. I think that's going to be huge. And then I've been using Training Peaks to kind of review some of my data And I made a video yesterday comparing Strava versus Training Peaks, and then one of the comments was that I may actually have the premium version, which is why I get all those graphs, but I'm not sure yet. I didn't sign up for the premium version, but it might be a trial, so I don't know, we'll see. But anyways, they have the way they gauge your data, they also have their own proprietary, like form, fitness are two of the things they track. And because right now I'm in kind of like a build phase, even though I'm doing a race in my training plan, I'm pretty much spending this whole year to build a base and then also to build some speed. So I'm not really focusing on racing. So what they call that fatigue, and my fatigue right now is not high, but Training Peaks basically says if you have a negative number, that means you're not likely to have a good outcome. You know, basically you're not at peak performance. So if you can get your fatigue as a positive value, you're more likely to have a good race. You know, you're going to be at your peak. So unfortunately, I don't quite have that luxury. To get my fatigue down, I'd basically have to take the next 2 days off of training, and I definitely don't want to do that. I'd rather race with a little bit of fatigue rather than take 2 more days off, because I've already had like several days. I took a whole week off about 2 weeks ago now, a week and a half ago now. So I definitely don't need any more rest. I need to continue building on my kind of my top end speed, help build my FTP numbers a little bit. So I'm definitely going to get up a lot early. Friday night, I'm going to get the bike together, get it all tuned up. I'm going to give it a good clean down today, and it should be running well. But the night before, I'm going to make sure and clean the chain real good, put some fresh oil on there, go over all just little nut and bolts, make sure there's no problems. And then this will be the first race where I have my Garmin 520, so I'll have power for the whole race, which will be nice. I'll have my cadence, I'll have heart rate, and then speed and all the other stuff. So that'll be really cool to go in afterwards and see how I'm doing. But we'll see how it goes. But I'm just about done here. I'm going to get inside and get some dinner. Hope you enjoy the ride. Be safe.